Alright, sorry for the quick vid, but I think this, at least for me, this is a little bit easier than trying to type everything in. Um, One of the things I would do with pre-vis is I would put it at the very bottom of your load order. Your PPF, the master file, which is what they're based on, is, of course, up here top with your masters, and then you've got all of your non-masters down here. One of the things I would do is there's two things I would check next, because looking at the file prefix and looking at the folder name, it has precombines in it. I would say the problem is resting with precombines, because I had this kind of very same problem where I got really weird weird buff out messages, really strange ones. But I would verify that I do see this and I do see this one up here. I see these two in your load order, but I cannot verify these. I would make sure these are installed, because sometimes I've seen people use other mod managers. I'm not familiar with, I can't help you with Mod Organizer or Mod Organizer 2. I don't really use them, so I'm not familiar with how they work. But I would verify that these are there. But more importantly, if you notice over here, I've installed the 69.3, and I have the 69.5.1 update. So if you take a look at the 69.3, you can see that these two files remain the same, but compared to the 69.3, I have two different files. And if I take a look at the updates here, you can see that that's where it comes from. It has this. So I'm thinking this would be my next guess. All the previs precombine has to be the same version. It has to be based on the same version. So if you're using 69, if you're using the 69 version, 69 X version of your previs, this PRP, your previs repair pack, I'm using C69.3 is what I'm using. Then I have to make sure that all of the patches, the PRP patches, because they are based off of that master's data, have to be the same 69.x version. Now, in some cases, it'll need to be the newest 69.x if that's what you're using. So, if you have like 69, if you have like 72 PRP and then you have patches for 69 or 53, it could cause a problem. I've never done that, so I can't tell you the specific problems it would cause. But I do know that for it to function properly, they all need to be the same versions. And the second thing I would look for is sometimes when PRP is generated, or when precombines are generated through the, I want to say the creation kit, sometimes it produces badly formed data. So it might be a physics issue. That's why when you remove the patch, you no longer get those patch errors. So because I'm pretty sure what you removed, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, it was a PRP patch for pine trees. So what I would do to test this, I think it's TPC. I'm not even sure if it'll work. But if you can go into the console, you can hit tilde. Like, you can go over here and just hit like, let me turn this down. This is like super loud. 1 second. Alright, let's crank this down some. Alright, so what you could do is go into the tilde. And just hit tilde, go into the console, and I think it's TPC. There. See where it says pre-calling now disabled? See if when you load your game, actually disabled. I'm probably gonna have to load it again. But oh no, yeah, I think I took the patch out so I could swim. All right, so if try that. Make sure you have a save game you can go back to, just in case this but disabled for this area seems to be. I think it's because it's loaded. I think because previs loaded with the cell's already loaded, so it's not going to reload the data. It just flagged it with some kind of variable or switch or a a bit or something. All right, so or a Boolean value. So try that. Try saving your game and keeping that save game in case you can go back to it. Load your game up. Try doing that TPC, which turns off pre-culling. So hopefully it won't use those files at all. And see if you have that problem. And if you don't, then I would almost assuredly assume that, or be led to believe that it is where some of those pre-combined files are not meshing or jiving. So either a patch is not current for a mod, so you have newer mod data, but you have an older PRP patch for that same mod, or the actual patches aren't the same version for your pre-vis repair pack. So that would be my guess. It's something to tinker around with. So take a look at those things. Like I said, I'm not sure how to do it with Mod Organizer, and see if that helps. Maybe try to isolate the problem, because I don't believe it's your LOD, because I don't think LOD generates previs. I believe that's just texture files and indices into these little bitty MIP maps, many of these little tiny maps. All right, so see if that helps, and let me know if it doesn't, or maybe if you found something new, and hopefully that'll get you through it. Good luck, and I hope we can figure this out.